Hi guys, welcome back to GOO ROO Beauty. I'm Jodi and I'd firstly like to welcome all of my new subscribers and send out a big thank you to Miss Hannah G for sending a lot of you. I think she did a recent video recommending my channel and I adore her. I think she's an absolutely, you know, not only beautiful to look at, she reminds me of just a gorgeous young Paulina Porizkova from the Estee Lauder days. She's so enjoyable just to look at, but the beauty is just so obvious from what's coming from within, and I love watching her channel for that reason too. Hannah, I really enjoy tweeting with you and chatting with you, and all of your comments are always so sweet, and thank you for sending all of your friends, and welcome to all of you who are new to my channel. So I couldn't resist the opportunity to get in front of the camera again with no makeup. As you know, I do start most of my tutorials with no makeup on, and it's really because for me what really is so awesome, and I mean, you know, what I'm in awe of with makeup is the transformation, is what you start with and where you can go. Hopefully makeup is enhancing your best features and just enhancing what you do want to enhance, and maybe making anything that you don't want to stand out a little bit less. But it's the transformation, wherever you want to take that. There's so many different directions that you can transform with makeup, so many different looks. That's what I'm in awe of with makeup. That's what I'm so obsessed with, I think. So anyway, enough about that. Today I wanted to actually do just a little comparison. As you know, I'm Australian. I'm in Australia and we're in spring right now, heading into summer. And so I wanted to touch on a couple of new products that are on the market here and just compare them with a couple of other products that are on, just so that you have an idea if you're in Priceline, or if you're anywhere else around the world, in the Northern Hemisphere in winter, maybe you feel like your skin's really dry, you don't want a whole lot of coverage, and you are actually looking for a tinted moisturizer. Obviously SPF is important all the year round, so this is for you guys as well. I'll start with a new product that I did recently show at the beginning of a tutorial. This is the Garnier, they call it the Miracle Skin Perfector, the Daily All-in-One BB Cream. And I think that these guys from Garnier are cheeky little monkeys, really. They are advertising everywhere, all over Australian magazines, as Australia's first BB cream, Daily All-in-One BB Cream. And as I said to you guys, in the last video I did about this product, I don't think it's a BB cream at all, and they have a real nerve calling it one and advertising BB cream everywhere and jumping on the BB cream bandwagon. If I was a genuine BB cream manufacturer, I'd be pretty upset at these guys, because I do think that it's not doing the BB cream brand, if you want to call it that, any favors. So this is 5-in-1, but I have since thrown the box away, but it is SPF. It says it, you know, helps minimize dark spots, you know, helps improve skin texture, appearance of skin, all of that. There's nothing about this product, there's no claims anywhere about this actually improving your skin, and anyone who's aware of BB creams know that they do different things, like, you know, not only moisturizing your skin and having SPF, but they do also actually not only cover any dark spots or even out skin tone, but they do actually work on the, you know, they have therapeutic benefits for your skin. So they will actually have ingredients that do lighten your dark spots over time, or they even the appearance of your skin over time, or they give you radiance over time. You know, BB being, I think it's called Beauty Balm, obviously created for patients who had I think surgical procedures or something like that, and needed something that gave them coverage but also had therapeutic benefits for healing skin. That's where BB cream came from, I think in Korea, women who were in film or, you know, that kind of industry in front of cameras. So cheeky, but nonetheless, this is on the market. It is an SPF product, Miracle Skin Perfector, and this is how it looks like out of the tube. Just for reference, I got this in I think I got this in light. Again, that's another annoying thing. It's nowhere on the bottle what color I got it in. But I've just put a little bit on my arm there, and you can see the medium was too pink for me. I did swatch them at the store, and it provides very little coverage. If you're someone who wants SPF with a tiny bit of tint but not much coverage, this would be a great product for you. Ignore the BB cream. If you're after a BB cream, do not go near this product. If you're after something that gives you, you know, the slightest bit of very light coverage and SPF great product. It will moisturize as well as give you that SPF and slight tint. Another new product that's on the market is from Aveeno, and Emily Noel actually talked about this in her videos ages ago, and I was so excited because Aveeno Positively Radiant has had a line that's been out in the States and in Australia for a long time, whether it's their, I think they do the cleansing pads, the daily moisturizer, they do cleansers, that kind of thing, and Positively Radiant has been, you know, a really nice line. And finally they've come out with their Positively Radiant Tinted Moisturizer. That Tinted Moisturizer does provide SPF 15. It is sheer, does give you UVA and UVB protection. It says it gives you even tone and texture and contains natural light reflecting minerals. Now I like the fact that these guys do not call themselves something that they are not. So that first off the bat, you know, I really do appreciate that. What else to tell you? This is oil-free, hypoallergenic, non-comedogenic, so not going to block your pores. And what makes this special, it has a total soy complex to brighten and even the skin tone. After cleansing, smooth over face and neck daily. Apply evenly before sun exposure and reapply as needed. That's obviously something to remember, especially in Australia in our harsh, hot climate. With our lack of ozone layer here over our continent and our love of being outside and beaches, that if you do wear SPF 15 in your makeup and primer, that's great. It is important though for your sun protection to reapply throughout the day. SPF 15 is not going to, you know, one application in the morning is not going to give you day-long protection. I don't know how that works over makeup, but important to mention nonetheless. So the light version of that is on my hand. This is not going to be a great video for what you can actually see, but we've got the Garnier here, and then this is the light moisturizer, the light Positively Radiant. Now the Positively Radiant, actually, it's just too hard to see on this camera. What was I thinking making this video? But at least you can listen to my commentary. This does provide a little bit more coverage. I did also get the medium, so I will show you that because I think it's important, especially they don't give you testers of these things on the shelves, even in Australia drugstores. So I just thought I would show you guys here so that if you're there making the decision which one do you buy, you know, you can make a more informed decision. So this is the medium, and what's interesting about the medium is it's actually, that's the medium there. No, you really can't tell. That's the medium there, and that's the light there. The medium is actually not darker. I would say it is pinker. And again, it's very hard to tell, but on my hand, they do provide definitely more coverage than the Miracle Skin. The medium is just slightly pinker, I would say. Marginally darker. But one thing I did want to mention about this Aveeno is that the first time I used it, I did apply it over a primer. It was the Australis Face Primer that I applied it over, and I hated the finish of it. It was absolutely awful. The next time I wore it just on its own after I'd cleansed. I think I just cleansed, toned, and put a serum on, and then I put this over. I skipped my moisturizer and my primer, and I liked it a lot more. So just keep in mind, obviously, I think most of you probably, if you're wearing these kinds of products, you're probably not putting a whole lot on your face. Probably most of you would not be putting a primer on before a tinted moisturizer. Just to note that it did not work very nicely for me as far as you know, finish on the skin and sort of slipping and sliding, maybe because I probably also put my moisturizer on. So just watch what you're putting underneath these products. I think I prefer the Aveenos to the Garnier, and it's not just because of the what I see as unethical dishonesty in the Garnier marketing. I will finish my Miracle Skin Perfector when I am after a light coverage. I will use it. I just think it's extremely cheeky of them to call it a BB cream. The last two products I wanted to show you was one, a BB cream. So this is actually the only BB cream that I have. It was recommended by Bentley Blonde, if any of you watch her, who just sings the praises of BB creams, and particularly the Lioele, for a long time. So Lioele, now the language on this is hilarious. It does actually come from Korea. This product makes your skin moist as yogurt, and hyaluronic acid supply moisture and nutrition. It is whitening and it is wrinkle care. It does provide you with SPF 30 PA++. I'm not sure what that means, and I will say that SPF 30 is a great thing, but this is made in Korea. I'm not sure that SPF 30 in Korea is the same thing as SPF 30 in Australia. Australia and I'm not sure if it's the TGA or Consumer Affairs, but they have very stringent guidelines about importing products, SPF products, into this country. I know that we don't have the MAC Prep and Prime SPF 50. You cannot, I think they actually have a ban on importing products. The girl at the MAC counter was saying that they have a ban on importing products over SPF 30, but I think rather than a ban on that, I think it has more to do with the labelling of SPF, that the Australian testing procedures are a lot more stringent for SPF labelling. So just bear that in mind, that it may not necessarily be SPF 30 as we know it in this country. It has a really nice sort of squeezy tube. What else can I say about this? It's all in Korean, so not much that you'd understand. It does say that it's triple the solution BB cream. And, you know, again, it is supposed to work on your wrinkles, not just moisturize, not just even out, you know, by what it's covering, but have therapeutic benefits. I'm just going to put that right here next to the other products. Now, the first thing that's going to hit your eye is that it's definitely more coverage. It is quite a light color when it comes out of the tube. With a lot of BB creams, they'll have one or maybe two or three at the most shade ranges, but this actually does sort of adjust to your skin tone as you smooth it in. I don't know if it's in there, but I dare say that there might be zinc in there that provides, you know, more SPF coverage just from the physical barrier that it creates. I actually like using the BB cream as, you know, and it does sort of sheer out, not to the coverage of a tinted moisturizer, but it does sheer out as you put it on your face. But it does definitely give you more coverage, some therapeutic benefits to the face, and also, yeah, it does sort of adjust to your skin tone. I've used this quite a bit for mixing. I have like an Estee Lauder Double Wear that's dark. I bought it in the summertime, and I'll use this to mix my color cocktails with my foundations. The last product I wanted to show you is another tinted moisturizer. So obviously that Aveeno Positively Radiant is a tinted moisturizer. I don't care what Gagne says. I think you've got the message now, but the Miracle Skin Perfector is definitely just a tinted moisturizer. With a fancy name under another name. But here's another one just to compare it to. This is the Mercier Tinted Moisturizer. It's oil-free, it's SPF 20. It's definitely going to set you back a lot more than the Garnier or the Aveeno, which are both around between 10 and 15 Australian dollars. That's what the Mercier Tinted Moisturizer looks like on my hand. As I blend it out, actually I'll mention the colour too, just for your frame of reference. This is in the colour Fawn. You can actually layer this for additional coverage, but this, it's going to be really hard to tell, but this is also going to give you more coverage than the Aveeno Positively Radiant. Not quite as much as the BB cream, but you could, you know, blend them actually if you wanted more coverage, you know, from the BB cream. But so when you are going for a tinted moisturizer, there are definitely different levels of coverage. It's difficult to search that as much on the internet. If I was after an eyeshadow color, I could easily Google, easily search YouTube videos for swatches and compare all of that. But you know, there are people like carlasugar.net who does do foundation swatches on her arm, but it's not so easy. But I hope that that just helped you give a little bit of a comparison between different products as we are heading into summer. That will give you some coverage. There is quite a variation of these SPF lighter coverage products, and I hope this helps you with just a little bit more information when you are heading out there shopping for these products. Please don't hesitate to ask a question down below, and I'll do my very best to answer it if I can. Hope this helps, and I hope that you have a beautiful day. We'll see you again really soon. Bye.